Hello Nordango students and welcome to tutorial 8 on programming using Scratch, and in this tutorial we'll look at math operators and random, and we're going to explore the use of Scratch for mathematics. So let's have a look at Scratch, and we will have a look at the operators part. And so I will take an event which will be the flag, and we'll take the looks, which will be the hello for 2 seconds, or we'll change this to 1. So with math, you could do lots and lots of different math on here. So over here, I can say, I'm just going to add about 4 of these on here. There we go. And we've got different operators. We've got the add, we've got the subtract, we've got the multiplication, and we've got the division. And if I just put some numbers, random numbers in here, it will, so that's 7 minus 3, 3 multiplied by 4, and then we'll say divide 6, divide by 2. It will then work through these. So if I just change this to 2 seconds, you can see it go a bit faster. So first one will be 2 plus 3 is 5. It tells you the answer. It works it out. Next one is 4. Then it does 12. And the last one should be 3. And it gives you the answer. You put the formula in, and it will then give you the answer. Perfect. Another one just to look at is mod and div. So down here we've got another 2. We've got mod and round, I should say, mod and round. So round, if I put 3.6589, and if we put mod, so that will be, let's put 7 mod 3. Round basically will round to the will round this number, and it will round to the nearest whole number, so that's 4. On the other hand, we have 7 mod 3, which will give me 1, and mod is giving you the remainder. So 7 mod 3 is giving you a remainder 1, because 7 divided by 3 is 2, but of course there's a remainder of 1 there. So that's a bit about some of these calculations. We can also add some variables in here. So for algebra, for example, so we're going to add A and we're going to add B, and let's just set these variables. So we can set a variable, for example, we can store a value in them. So 4 and 3, and same again, but this time instead of saying 2 plus 3, I will say A plus B, or I might say A times B. And so this time it's reading from the variables that's got values stored. So I can have values stored as the variables, and then it will read from those variables. So here it says 7, 4 plus 3 is 7, 12, 4 times 3 is 12. And the other thing, right, so that's a bit about the variables and reading, writing to and then reading back in terms of the whole calculations there. We can also, for example, I can say answer, so I can say, what's your name? So I can say, give me A. I can then do the same here. Give me B. And I can put the answer that they provide will then be stored as that variable. And I can perhaps then add these back. So I can put the numbers. I can say 15, I can say 4, and it gives me 19. So it stores the answer that I provide. So I'm giving, it's asking for input, and then storing the input as the variable, and then I'm outputting the answer of the product of those two variables added together. There's also something called BODMAS, where it's the order of precedence there. So we've got brackets over division, a multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And so if I do, for example, so if I take two of these, so if I've got add and multiplication here, and I'll take one of these out. Let's just put some numbers. I've got 2, 3. So if I put the addition inside this square, it means it's going to do the addition first and then the multiplication. Okay? So I'll do the addition first and then the multiplication, because the addition is being put inside that there. So I'll say 2 plus 3 is 6 times 4 is 24 or 20. There we are. So also 2 plus 3 is 5 times 4 is 20, which is correct. However, if I then put the multiplication inside the one of the addition circles, then it will do the multiplication first. So it will do 3 times 4 is 12, add 3 is 15, and that's great. So it changes the order. So whatever, if I want the addition to go first, then I put it inside that multiplication square, and then it will do that first. So that's a bit about order of how the operators work. Okay, basically by doing the addition here inside that circle, that's acting as brackets if you were writing this down in math. So now for your challenge, I want you to create a program that asks the user for a number and displays back the timetable for that value. I've got some blocks that you might want to do, so you can pause this video and find these blocks on your Scratch program and then put them in the correct order. And I'll show you the example of what it should look like. So if I press play, it then will ask you to type in a number. So I will put 6 and it will give me the 6 times table. Like so. And it will do that all the way up to 10. So I want to make sure you put these blocks in the correct order. Thank you very much and look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.